Okay, welcome to everyone who's joining. I hope you all have had a good Tuesday or Wednesday, wherever you are in the world. My Tuesday was rough. I had a really bad stomach ache in the middle of stream yesterday, and it actually wasn't even an ache. It was like pain, like stomach pains, and it was not my time of the month. I've already passed my time of the month today, so it was not that. And it was painful all the way until I went to sleep. And then I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning with the stomach pains happening again. So I kind of just like walked around for a little bit and it kind of went away. And then I slept off my stomach. I slept on my back and it was a little bit better. And then when I woke up this morning, I was good. Up until I was driving on my way to work. And then it started happening again. And I was like, uh-oh, this is not a normal thing. But as soon as like 15 minutes passed, it kind of went away, and then I didn't have any issues with it. But I'm kind of worried it's gonna start acting up, I don't know, in the middle of stream again. Let's hope not. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing it, and I hope it's not a consistent thing. But we learned the big plot twist yesterday. Lo and behold, we are the prince in a way. We were his ideals of the future materialized, and then the host body died, and now we fused with the host body's soul, and now we are a mixture of Will and the prince. But we are alive. Fantasy is not dead. Hello, Crypta. Hello, Battle Neon. Hope you've been doing well. But with that, we have learned a bunch of other lore information, which is interesting. But the only thing left to do really is to just continue on with the story and learn what exactly are the Elda? What exactly is the resistance? What exactly is going on? That is not the right room. But without further ado, let us continue the rest of the story. Oh, I also have fish in front of me, so sorry if I kind of sound like I'm munching, because I am. Okay, we're back at this room, where I assume this is going to tell us the origins of the place. Please let this be voice acted.
Does this depict the
Thank you.
Elder tribe? Elder comes from
Guys, he's not dead yet. There's a yet in there.
It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe. So Luis's words...
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
Yes.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past.
It's always
Its
war.
destruction was born of the discovery
War is always
of
the reason
magic,
everything goes to shit.
or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake
Artificial
of the war
division?
effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Humanity was torn apart. Oops.
Unbelievable.
Humanity was torn apart by fear and anxiety, giving rise to the tribes as we know them.
We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes? We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
I love this lore, and I love how the human monsters are a metaphor lol for how we as humans being our worst enemies. That's kind of, yeah, I've always like deep down kind of thought like, okay, so there's a reason why the humans are known as monsters. I think I've mentioned before, like, that's a metaphor for something. That means the prince, that is to say, I am a scion of both the old world and the new.
It beggars belief. Tis nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wish to. Humans are
Well,
what
is it Elder
remains
Clemmer
of that
hybrid?
branch
Yes.
of humankind that succumbed to
He just has no
melancholia.
horns.
Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic. Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic. And wait, how does the Sanctus Church fit in?
Oh, come on, Juna.
All
Of
this
course,
revisionist
the
history
church
to
sees an
spread their
opportunity to
magic
gain power
igniters.
and it takes it.
Indeed,
How
what
else?
are magic igniters to you? Tools for the church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark? In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed. But its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext.
Ignorance
he
is
liked,
bliss.
His motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind.
The power
As
of
you are
friendship.
now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
Unfortunately, people will always find a way to use power for evil. Igniters are no exception. And even then, they may not even... It may not even just for evil. Like, they just want to have that power. They may not consider... They may not think they're doing something evil as well. But seeing that much power corrupts them.
Thou king
Oh, we still need to know who the voice is.
entrusted with the will of the people, to bear their hopes,
Is the
to
voice
be their
Gallica
rock
or
in the
something?
storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
The voice is kind of similar. Not exactly the same, but kind of similar.
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away.
Or not. It's the English
Begins
accent.
with a
Or
simple
European accent.
acknowledging its existence.
And Gallica
Accept
is
thy
has an
weakness.
American
Walk forward alongside
accent.
it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There is weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy.
And besides,
Oh. But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Luis's methods as alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. We don't believe in survival of the fittest here. Ooh. We've unlocked God. A king. Oh, I think my chicken's here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I think my dinner's here. 1 second.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you,
Bruh.
even if it is scary.
even you've got to cope with anxiety.
Bruh.
eh?
I realized something in our travels.
Whoops.
Anxiety can lead people astray.
Okay, but as I was saying,
Makes a person stronger.
hello, Kana. Welcome to the stream. If you're not feeling well, let's see, you're just a little numb, but to be honest, you're okay. Remember that if you're not feeling well, you don't have to force yourself to come to stream. You know, take care of yourself first. Don't worry, don't worry. But yeah, that's pretty much all I said. But I'm gonna be talking a little bit quiet for a few minutes, just because there's people in the next room over. But yeah.
There's always anxiety.
Luckily,
in me,
this section of the game is voice acted, so.
I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety.
But I'm
that
sad. My food is
From
not
now on,
didn't
it's
get
not
brought.
about orders.
They forgot my
I'm
food.
with you, because I want to be.
Just gonna sit here with a half full stomach. At least I had fish earlier. I'm counting on you.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark
He can
magic.
still uncover the fact that we're
We've seen
human.
it turn
He's
the boy
damaged
into
our
a
reputation.
monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
A forbidden
Again.
spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters.
Silly mortals.
In other words, a destabilizing magic, churning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis. He may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
But obviously, the first things first we gotta do is kill
What do you know of
Zorba because of his
What do
necromancy.
you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell? Tell me about Luis. I probably spell first.
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by
okay.
virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts. Without the willpower
How is her
to face
head
your
thing
fear,
floating? I just
the magla
noticed.
overflows,
There's nothing attached to it.
uncontrollable by magic.
How is it staying on her
It can
head?
give rise to strange and terrible
Magic?
happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants
Psychic
of
magic.
humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome. What do you wish to know?
That even infants aren't safe in the corrupting force. Oh, the baby that we fought with Joanna? That is actually scary to think about. That a poor baby can still experience fear and anxiety.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius, a family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait, what about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many
That is
people at
another thing. I'm
once,
a bit concerned that
and
the
none that can be
people
cast quickly.
weren't more
possible,
concerned
I don't know
about
what
the
it would
fact that
accomplish.
Luis was using dark
This is Luis
magic.
we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire
Hello,
would have
Dinner
cost him
now.
everything.
Welcome. Hey, how's it going?
Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge, even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there?
Proceeds to
Someone
use dark
please.
magic and doesn't elaborate. Exactly.
Who struck at the prince.
Everyone was more freaked out in the moment about the human, which I guess makes sense. But I was just like, wait, y'all, he used dark magic. Does that not concern any of you? Horribly, but I won't trauma dump. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear you didn't have a good day. But it will pass, hopefully. Hopefully it'll pass. And you'll have a good day in the near future. Okay, so she gave us some really good information about Luis, actually. That's pretty good. Now that kind of answers, like, his goal. Because I feel like we kind of had an idea of his goal, but at the same time, I was like, but what's the overall reason why he's doing what he does? Is it really just for power? Warning, make sure to update the prince archetype. I don't think I have any Leaf of Lights on me. Russell, is everyone safe? We are. We had no casualties. However, we were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him. Death Howl, hi Crypta. Hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the Resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifice. I believe the intruder sensed the power of the Prince's awakening and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please. Yo, Mark! Everyone's popping in. What's up, everybody? This is about villains and JPRGs I never get. At one point, they'll be narcissistic and cunning, yet later down the track, they'll just say, I got the power of God, Beelzebub, and Cthulhu all together, ya chumps. Yeah? At some point, we're fighting. Luis is gonna turn to, like, God or something, isn't he? He's the God we're fighting. I have no hero items. I think I used them all up on Basilio.
All right, then.
Well, here we go.
Huh?
There's
All
someone
right.
watching us. What do you mean, Gallica?
What now?
Am I currently equipped with the... Oops. I'm still on Savior. So at least there's that. Oh! Jackman, thank you for subscribing 3 months in a row. Let's go. 3 for 3.
Ready?
We need to hurry after the attacker. Are you ready? Well, we can't go to Moore's place. I guess that's why they give you this here. But I already bought stuff.
All right, then. All right, then. What now? Behold, I walk a royal path.
It won't let me do inherited. Or... Wait, swap skills? We can't do inherited, so I don't know if it's really a good idea. Oh, head pats. Let me activate those for you. Hit this button? Yeah, there you go, head pats. I don't think it's a good idea to do the Prince archetype right now. I personally, I don't really care what the meta is. I'm kind of gonna stick for... I think I'm gonna stick as the savior.
The power of healing.
It won't even let us add inherited skills, so I'm just gonna go with what we got.
Ready?
Let's go. Zorba, we need to kill you.
You. Zorba.
So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time
At least,
a while
okay, so
and
he can feel
listen.
Magla as well.
And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you
Not
have
if I
any
knife
idea
you
what
first.
Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too
You should be
heavy a
able to just
burden
spend
for your
blitz.
reedy frame. Lord
Blitz?
Luis is the true
Money?
king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His
There is
Highness
no
has finally
imposter
taken his
among
first
us.
Steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld,
Oh.
where they belong.
We fought this thing already, haven't we?
Bastard. I wondered why you ran away.
Because
But
I was like,
all
oh,
to
it looks
lure us
familiar.
Straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
Yup.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
Alright. What is this thing weak to? We'll find out. Probably no weaknesses, huh? There we go. Prince archetype. The power of your archetype, Prince, surges forth.
The sky shows up again just when
Oh,
we
wait,
have
so I
lost
have
some
to
new
use the Prince
power.
archetype.
Kinda feels like fate by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Prince archetype unlocked is not exclusive. It can act as support for all synthesis skills. It has unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred. Okay.
All right, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
Sheesh. Okay.
We'll do this together.
What are its synthesis? Mayflake Burn, Windblade, Royal Sword, deals severe almighty damage to one enemy. Increases damage against human type monsters. Okay, so we're fighting a human, aren't we? Severe Sable Dance. Inflicts all enemies. Should I try this? Let's see how it does without any debuffs.
Get him!
Let's do this.
Ooh. So I was like, okay, 25 MP. Oh wow, that did a lot. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, Battle Neon, let's beware of backseating, please. Don't hint at anything. At least you're not facing the equivalents of Sephiroth or Kirby. Yeah, Kirby. See, this also does 25. Let's test to see how much this does. Okay, 640. Okay, I want to debuff him. Didn't I give someone for all enemies for 3 turns? Weakness to light, weakness to wind, inflicts one enemy with one type, weakness to electric. Let's do charge. Okay, I was gonna say charge, but let's see if we can give him a weakness.
For the weak spot. Great job, Juna. Now they're reaching something new. He's healed.
Okay, so he's gonna heal. Okay, I need to get rid of his apple ears.
Let
See,
me
is there-
handle those apples.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Gallica
All
can do
right,
him.
leave it to me.
All right, Gallica, you're up. Using her Kirby Star animation.
Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
Okay, so I assume he's gonna keep regenerating apples at some point. Okay. Let's charge up Basilio,
Okay.
and then what was the synthesis skills again? Deals extreme strike damage. Okay, does he reflect strike? I guess we don't know yet.
Show them our
Basilio left him
Ooh,
wide
let's
open.
go. 2,000.
Hit that new
ready.
weakness.
Come.
Okay. Raises bear that unapplies slash. Increases caster defense by 3 ranks. We could use that one. Let's at least hit the weakness. How much will that do? Okay, 462, not the
We can do
worst.
Come forth.
And then we'll go with the heroic slash. Okay. So nobody has a defense thing. I think that was Stroll that had it. Okay. Once per battle, war cry decreases. I mean, we have this one, but it's like 40 MP. Which I don't know if I want to.
This might be. Come on.
Use
follow
that.
me.
Masquerade charge grade increases party's physical attack. Oh, we could do that. That's obviously not gonna work. Increases party's physical attack damage once per battle. I think that's probably gonna be useful. Because majority of people in our party have physicals.
All right.
Okay. What was the synthesis again? Wanton destruction, that's right. Okay. Oh, sheesh! That did a lot. Oh, we have Basilio again. Okay.
Nah.
Should I just do this again? Yeah, nice. Okay. I assume that this isn't... He's gonna have like a fudge. If only that had killed him right there and then. No! Stop eating! Okay, well luckily we're doing okay. The fact that this boss is using mostly physicals is working in our favor. I guess I'll the person who needs the healing the most is not in line, okay. But it's probably best we heal everyone anyways.
That helped. I will fight with pride. Let's go. I'll cut through.
There we go. Okay, easy. Is he gonna have another stage? I was like, there's no way this fight is that easy. Oh, it is. Okay, wow. Let's go. Did you see the VTuber drama? Yes, but I would not like to bring it up in stream. But I am aware of what's happening. Okay, awesome. Here's evil lights. I mean, I'm currently building my wills like magic and I feel like I want that though.
Excellent.
Since our weakness is always changing depending on our archetypes.
Feels like I'm making progress.
Finally, Basilio, you're level 50. You can sit at the same table as us now.
Bastard got away.
Oh, sorry, Jackman. I didn't even realize.
It's no mean feat to fight on even.
I didn't even realize that you put a question with your subscription. I didn't see that. Apothecary, please craft me a salve that may rid me of these pesky adhesions that keep my forearms restricted and uncooperative. Yes, you got it. 1 order of medicine for you. I will have that for you by the next stream.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet
Will
have
with
the
white
power
hair
face
really
the
spells
weeks at
out
his
MC
full
unlock state or true
Good to see
form
yourself.
true form mode. It's always like lighter hair in
We've certainly taken these powers a long way.
JRPGs that show like
Maybe
I've
we
unlocked a
thought
new
ourselves
power.
Invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move?
I don't even care about the drama. I prefer VTubers where I can actually talk to people. Yeah, it's just sad. Is all I can say. Sad and disappointing.
Into adversity. He is royalty and elder both. Heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water.
The color palette comes in 3 different flavors, white, yellow, or pink. Or if you're Fire Emblem, 3 houses, like light green, which that's the first time I've ever seen them use light green. But it's usually some sort of like blonde or gray, white type of palette most days.
We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing can accomplish that. But if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
Come what may. My life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
They've asked us this question before. Why would my opinion have changed?
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends
Now
up
we
king,
have
he'll be
a much
sending
greater
all
reason
traitors
to actually
the
kill him
gallows.
at this point.
Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We've lost too many lives along this journey, and if Luis has his way with the world, such partings will become all too common. You know, if Luis can slander us with just a few words, why can't we do the same? We have proof, don't we? We can spin the proof. I love the true form transformations. The prince pretty is Will's true form. He actually looks really good. Honestly, I kind of prefer
giving up hope either,
the white hair
All we have to do
and
is
the blue eyes. I don't know. For some reason, the heterochromia never really seemed right. Or I don't know. Like, the color palette didn't, like, seemed a little bit off. I never give up. Either all we have to do is beat him, right?
Looking forward to the victory song.
The prince pretty much is
we've got
Will's true
bigger
form.
things to
Yeah.
worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father.
I forgot. Was the mother
and
the
you
Elda?
with all
And the
her
dad was the Clamar?
The injustice that befell this village is
That
not
it probably
your fault.
wait, yes.
Listen
That
well.
never mind. Yes,
Once
because
you leave this
if there was an
village,
Elden king, I'm
you
pretty sure we
cannot
would have heard about it. It
return
has to be a
until you have
Clamar.
fulfilled your
Because they're at the privilege of the
After all, An
of
old
the
crone
of racism,
like me
right?
can't take care of you forever.
The Clamars.
If you want to
I've heard Fire Emblem
overcome your
compared to the anime of Lord Marksman and Vandus. Can anyone comment? I've never heard of that, so I don't know.
Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Yes.
I will, because I will.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yes,
What was the
before all
prince's
else,
name,
His Highness
actually?
has only just awoken.
We only ever
Let us
just
rest
called
in
him
Gauntlet Runner
Prince.
for today, and advance to the royal
Yes,
capital
Will's
tomorrow.
mother's the Elden, Queen and the King is Zamar. Yeah. After I asked it, I thought about it. I was like, wait a second, no. We probably would have heard if the king was Elden.